Hi everyone, I'm not really one for importing Blu-rays, but I really had to do with this one because it's still not been released uncensored in the UK. And this is Invasion USA from Vinegar Syndrome, starring Chuck Norris, directed by Joseph Zito and produced by Golem Globus. It's a Cannon film. Hooray! Everybody loved a Cannon film in the 80s. So 1986 this was made, and it comes in a very nice heavy, fall out there, a heavy slip cover. Look at that. Really nice tactile cardboard it is. Let's take it out. So from Vinegar Syndrome, I've turned this round, to be honest. It's got the front of that as the original sleeve. I've turned it around to have the proper movie poster. You get a rather nice book with it. It's Chuck Norris, double denim. And it's got him with the alligator. I'll talk about the alligator later. Quite a nice book there is. Chuck Norris. So 1986, it's a film about Soviets and all sorts of Cubans and all sorts of unpleasant people invading America. And Chuck Norris leads a guerrilla army against the forces of evil. It's the most, I can't show the case, it's the most efficient use of filmmaking you can imagine. As a film, it just starts and at the end, it just ends. It's brilliant. It really is. Now, I've imported it before 20 plus years ago on DVD. So I thought I'd treat myself and import the 4K. Skip the Blu-ray, go straight with the 4K. This has got a Blu-ray in it, but it's region A that I can't play. The ultra high definition Blu-ray, can't speak to it, is multi-region. It's a transfer of an original scan of original 35mm print of the original 35mm negative. Sorry, there's no Dolby Vision or HDR on it, but it looks great. It looks fantastic. It looks nice and filmic. Nice amount of steady film grain on it. The outdoor scenes look lovely when they're at sea, when they're in the bayou. It's great. It's great. Which brings me to the bayou con, whatever it is. Chuck Norris wrestles an alligator for no reason linked to the plot. There's no plot reason at all for it. It's wonderful. Alright, the alligator's got a rope wrapped around its snout, but it's crazy. It really is. Chuck is pretty much, apart from wearing a black polo neck, in double denim the whole way, with cowboy boots, gun holster, 2 Uzis. He looks really cool. He has a sleeveless denim shirt at the beginning, and he's on a swamp buggy on the bayou with his hair all flowing back through the titles. Really cool stuff. Richard Lynch plays the Soviet agent Rostov, and he's fairly nasty in it, and he's a great villain. Richard Lynch, you know, he play those villainous parts rather well, and the action's superb. They actually blow up a real housing estate that was slated for demolition. They blow it up, and it looks fantastic. It looks a bigger budget film than it was. The action scene at the end with the National Guard and the tanks, it looks fantastic. It really does. The action in it's great. Chucks, lots of high kicking, lots of clips. I'll lead you with so many rights, you'll be begging for a left. And it's a thoroughly enjoyable film. 1 hour 50, and it flies through. It really does. So on the DVD it says, when America faces invasion for the first time in history, it's up to a one-man army, mad hunter, to wage war upon the enemies of freedom. That's the plot. That's the plot. Now, in the UK, it is still quite heavily censored. One scene, I'm not doing any spoilers, it's one scene where a woman's having her lunch and Richard Lynch pushes her head down and something goes up her nose, and it's particularly unpleasant and violent. It is a very violent movie. It's an R rating, and it's even the uncensored version in the UK is an 18. So you have been warned. Not for kids. Not one for kids. It's a very whilst it has kind of cartoony humour, it's very much a film for grown-up folks. So you post this from Vinegar Syndrome. I think I got it from eBay. Got it new. If you can get this, if you're in the US and get this cheap, the one with the slip cover. Look, it's a very nice. It's very heavy cardboard. Is this for a slip cover? It's lovely. It's like to cover a Civil War on the back, doesn't it? I went to see Civil War at the cinema, thinking it was going to be like Invasion USA, and I was wrong. Completely different type of film. Excellent film that I've reviewed elsewhere on the channel, but a different type of film. If you want to watch a better review of this, of Invasion USA, watch Razor Fists. Watch Razor Fists, and I'll put a link to it in the video. His review's far better than mine. It really is. But the 4K transfer is nice and steady. Film grain, as I said, really nice, and the colours really pop out without looking unnatural. It's a very natural looking film, and it looks very much an 80s film. So I love films with these restorations with the film grains. To me, there's no need to scrub away the film grains. That's how the films were made. That's how they originally intended. Let's stick with it. Let's really stick with it. So this was when Golem, Globus and Canon were at the prime. It really was. Bonkers film. It really is. Unfortunately, on this, I can't get the Blu-ray. There's a 107-minute feature presentation. Sorry. There's loads of documentaries about writing it. Yeah. So I'm quite sad I can't see those, but hey, that's what you get when you live in the UK and can't play Region A. Well done, Vinegar Syndrome, for releasing this very high quality release. As it says, restored from its 35mm original camera negative, 5.1 surround mix and a 2.0 stereo mix. And there is a brand new commentary track with director Joseph Zito, and one with the author of the Canon film guide, and an old. So there's 3 audio tracks. There's 3 commentary tracks on it. So if you want to watch it with a commentary on, fill your boots. There is the King of Double Denim, Chuck Norris. I've always loved this film. I saw it on Sky Movies when I was a teenager. The heavily censored version, and you couldn't really get it in the UK. I got this a really good deal imported years ago, 20 years ago. This. When did this come out? 2001. This came out. It's all right, bit of a not the greatest transfer, but it's all right. It's served me well over the years. So I thought it's time to upgrade. But it's always a film I've thoroughly enjoyed and will continue enjoying, especially. There's the email, especially on, that might be Chuck, especially on 4K. So there you go, a film that's going to hit you with so many rights you'll be begging for a left. It's Chuck Norris's 1986 classic Invasion USA, or let's show the real cover, Invasion USA.